Hey hackers, welcome to episode number 36 of The Commit. We're like halfway through the Hackathon season, so I thought it was time for a check-in. Hey, is there anyone here that can talk about hacking? So it's Hackathon check-in time, and I'm here with Shy and Jon at MLH. Guys, how's it going? Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming.
What's this? This is so cool.
So we get to work with a ton of events every year. I think this season we're going to hit somewhere between 110 and 119.
Wow.
And something that's really important to us here at MLH is keeping the communities that we get to serve and the communities that we get to work with at the forefront of everything we do. And so our office is just full of pictures of hackers. We have a screen that just runs through every picture we've ever taken. And we also wanted to get a ton of the event presence, so not just the hacker presence. And so what we did in secret last season was, you know how there's always leftover shirts of
but they're always the tiny ones or the
sizes.
super triple XLs.
So,
right?
so the most inconvenient shirt sizes you can't do anything with. We've been secretly taking them, one each from every hackathon. And at the end of the season last year, we actually sent them off. We sent them to a t-shirt quilt maker, and we had them make an amazing t-shirt quilt, and now we have this awesome piece of kit that can help kind of showcase all of our community and really share all the special things and remind us of who's really important to MLH. And we have some plans for spring season.
You guys are gonna need a bigger wall.
So you're gonna have to come back and do another episode to see the next quilt.
Well, let's see how this one goes. Okay, so
no promises.
Yeah, you might not want us back. So Jon, tell me where we are in the season now. We're filming this today, beginning of April. What's going on right now? Where are we?
Yeah, so we're about halfway through the spring season right now. March tends to be kind of a slow month because people have spring break and South by Southwest happens. But April, we're hitting the ground running. So we had 12 events this past weekend.
Amazing.
I think that's the new record of most simultaneous events in one weekend.
Yeah.
And then that's basically how it is for all of April.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy,
we have
right?
an absurd amount of events. It's amazing.
So all these events means thousands and thousands of hackers getting inspired and building stuff. So what kind of things are you seeing people build? Because MLH is at all these events. What kind of stuff are people building? What's different this season?
Yeah, so one of my favorites was actually this past weekend at Hack BCA, which is a really cool high school hackathon in New Jersey.
Yeah.
A group of sophomores, so high school sophomores, they're probably 14 years old. They're really into building electronics.
Okay.
But the difference between a $10 soldering iron and a $100 soldering iron is mostly about temperature control.
Okay.
And fume extraction, so not inhaling all of those gross soldering
That's
fumes.
bad. Don't inhale
really
lots
bad.
of solder fumes.
Yes.
So these students built a really cheap system that you could clip on to any soldering iron that would suck out all of the fumes with a vacuum and let you change the temperature of the tip of the soldering iron with a homemade rig that costs basically nothing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. It basically got the features of a really high-end soldering iron for a cheap off-the-shelf one.
You know what's really interesting? So we saw something pretty similar to kind of that thought of taking off-the-shelf components to build something very expensive and very complicated for a small amount of money at Princeton this weekend. We had there was a 3D scanner that they made, so it was $20 in parts. This very.
Whoa, did you just say a 3D scanner?
A 3D scanner.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I think it was called Spin to Win.
Okay.
And what they did was they built
also a great name.
they built this little platform, and they stuck things like the bottle of glue that they glued the entire thing together with to the platform, and they had this little laser, and it would rotate around, and it would do the up down, and it would detect it, and then they threw it into Wolfram, and that would graph it for them. So they built essentially a fully functional 3D scanner, not at the resolution where you could just go print it, but
but
getting
it's really cool,
close.
right?
Yeah, it's really
I think that's interesting in terms of some of my favorite hardware hacks are the hardware hacks where there's also then that software component, right, that brings the through too. So thinking kind of on the software side, what are there any trends that we're seeing and different things people are building, maybe APIs that are hot this year?
Yeah, so I've been seeing a ton of Wolfram hacks this past season. And Clarify. So Clarify is a really cool artificial intelligence image recognition system. A lot of really good projects with that. But Wolfram has exploded as well. We see a ton of people building things that are using different Wolfram machine learning programs, using some of the kind of natural language stuff they have, and really building that out to be pretty compelling.
That's very cool. I think also see, right, there are like superstar hackers and stuff, right, that we see in the community, but sometimes that can be a little intimidating, right? So the thing that I always think that kind of our mission as well is to like help people go and get involved, right? So if someone hasn't been to a hackathon, maybe they're like seeing this on Facebook or something, like what's the best way to like go and get involved? How do they find a great event to go do, and how do they like prepare themselves like mentally, physically to like go to the hackathon?
You do like a lot of push-ups. You gotta like do finger exercises.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you need a montage?
like a Rocky montage.
Yeah.
But no, like the funny thing about superstar hackers, as you call them, is that because there's so many events being added to the league every season,
Right.
superstar hackers often are only like 6 months old, right? It's like they went to their first hackathon like last semester,
Right.
right? And they become a superstar that quickly. And it's not actually about being a superstar. It's that they are trying things and experimenting with things that no one else is thinking about. So like one of my favorites, Steph Cohen, does all these amazing art hacks, right? She's at UMD. She's actually like I think a biomedical engineering student or something. And basically she builds like cool art tech mashups. So there was one she built at Hack the Planet over the summer, which is our MLH season finale. And basically it takes in whatever like the ambient noise is, whether that's a song or people talking, and 3D prints paint on a canvas based on like the music.
That's incredible.
And she built the whole 3D printer from like parts and wrote all the software and like created the paint dispenser, and it was amazing. And she demoed that actually at South by Southwest a couple weeks ago.
All right, any final announcements, final messages for folks before we sign off?
Well, if you're thinking of starting a hackathon, we'd love to talk. We'd love to help out. Just let us know. We're always working with events, to kind of support and make them, achieve all of their goals. So if you're throwing an event and you're struggling a little bit, or you kind of want a bit of help, getting things off the ground, come find us. We're happy to talk anytime.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and obviously if you're not thinking of organizing an event but you want to go to one, go to mlh.io/events, and you can be a superstar hacker too, just by coming up with something that's awesome and creative and you've been wanting to try for a while. At the end of the weekend, you'll have something that's going to impress a lot of people.
Totally. Awesome. Thanks a lot, guys. Happy hacking.